Okay. So I want to welcome you and thank you all for joining me on this Saturday evening for me. I know it's different times for everybody else around the world. I get to talk about my two very favorite things, and that is essential oils and pets. And so the agenda for this class is, first I'll let you know a little bit about my background and what my passion is, why I'm doing this. We're going to talk about what is an essential oil and why quality is so important, how to use essential oils with pets, the importance of dilution. I talk about dilution a lot because it's one of the three most important things, and the three things are dilution, dilution, dilution. So it's really important that we do proper dilution for our animals, okay? We'll talk about the top essential oils for pets, how to get started, and then what to expect from me as your guide. So this is my boy Barney. He's the one that got me started on all this crazy natural stuff. He was a senior rescue, and I got to go through all of the health issues with him that have led me here. He got all of the bad food, he got all of the medications and the vaccinations and toxins galore. And as we got closer to the end of his life, I learned how important it was to give him natural food and reduce the toxins from the vaccines and the flea and tick and antibiotics and all of those things that we have been told over many years of going to the veterinarian that our animals need. I am just a mom. Hi, Bettina. Glad you could join us. I'm a grandma, and I have a degree in business, and I got out of that and got into talking to people about natural health, because I feel like there's so much information that is important for us to know, and we don't find out when we go to our doctor or our vet. So I love educating people about what our options are, and then also the business side of helping people with doTERRA. Just to be really clear, I'm not a vet. I don't have any medical training. This does not preempt the advice from your veterinarian. I simply am sharing my knowledge, my experience, and then you can decide how to go forward. Hi, Dory. These are my senior rescues. I am actually 5-time foster fail. I bring these old pups home and they never leave, which is fine with me, because I make sure that they have the best life every day for as long as they're with me. 3 of these are angels now. So the 2 on the top are the ones that I am loving on now. And I just wanted to share this because this is really my heart, is rescue. And this is really the reason that I do this, is so that I can give back. And ultimately one day I'd like to have a rescue, but right now it's just supporting these rescues that are doing just incredible work in California, and then also here on the East Coast. All right, so let's talk about essential oils. What are they? Well, the 3 cool things about them are that they're safe. They are extracts from plants, so they don't have any side effects. They actually have side benefits. The Essential oils come from the different parts of the plants or the flowers. Some of them come from roots of plants, and they all have different health benefits. The other thing about the essential oils is that they are incredibly concentrated. So the serving size is 1 drop. And when we're talking about our pets, the serving size is way less than a drop. They really go a long way. Peppermint is one that we use a lot for help with breathing, head tension. And we talk about how powerful they are. If you were to take a drop of peppermint and put it in your tea, it would be the equivalent in peppermint going into your body of drinking 25 cups of peppermint tea. So this obviously is a much better option. Essential oils are effective. The On Guard Protective Blend is the essential oil that got me started using essential oils like 10 years ago. And I had MRSA for 2 years. I took antibiotics for 2 years, never got rid of it. And I finally said, I'm going to go find my own option. And I found these people that were using these therapeutic grade essential oils. And I used it and I got rid of the MRSA, and I haven't taken an antibiotic since. These essential oils were given to us by God. God gave us everything that we need, and we just need to use it and not go back to the synthetic copies of the plants. So they're very effective. And then they're affordable. So when you're talking about going to the doctor, which I almost never do, I went a couple years ago because I broke my foot and I needed to have it x-rayed. But as far as going to the doctor for any sort of just not feeling well, I have everything that I need at home. And because the dosage is so small and these bottles have so many drops in them, you end up with pennies per drop, and you don't have to travel to the doctor. You don't have to pay the copay. You don't have to be bothered to go to the pharmacy and pick up the prescription and pay for that. And then why doTERRA? There's probably 50,000 essential oil companies now because they're so popular. I crack up when I watch TV and I see all the different companies that are now incorporating essential oils into their products. I think Raid has essential oils now to make it smell good. But the quality of the essential oils is crucial because we're using these to promote our health. And we certainly don't want to bring something into our home and around our family and our pets that is going to have properties in it that cause problems. So with doTERRA, the plants that are used to make the essential oils are sourced from where they grow indigenously. So we have roses in Bulgaria, we have frankincense in Somalia, I think peppermint is in Washington State, and it's the environment, it's the weather, it's the soil, it's all the things that produce the most rounded and complete plant so that we can get all of those awesome properties out of it. The other thing about doTERRA is the testing is, it's bar none. It's the #1 essential oil company in the world for a reason, and that is because it is, it's consistently clean, it's consistently pure, it's consistently correct when it comes to the chemical constituencies and the testing. And then the other thing is that the testing is transparent. So something that you won't get from any other company. The bottom of each bottle has a batch number on it. And there is a website called sourcetoyou.com. And you can go to that website and type in the batch number of your bottle, and it will give you the test results, and it'll show you who the chemists were that did the testing and approved it. So you are certain that you're not getting any sort of toxins or contaminants, no pesticides, and you're just getting the pure extract from the plant that's going to give you the health benefits that you're looking for. All right, so how do we use essential oils? There's three ways we use them. Aromatically, which can be with a diffuser. It's like a little humidifier. Also, you can just pick up the bottle and smell it. And it goes to your brain. It really helps balance emotions. It helps clean the air. It also puts particles into the air that can help with respiratory issues. It can help the body support its immune system. So aromatically is a great way to use the essential oils. And topically, we put it on, that's one of the main ways we use it for our animals is topically. We can use it for skin issues, injuries. The insect repellent, of course, is something that we use a lot of, and then immune support. And then internally, I put a drop of lemon essential oil in my dog's water bowl every day. And that helps with cleansing. It helps with removing toxins. It can help with their teeth. Of course, food is really important when it comes to their teeth. But with the purity of the doTERRA essential oils, these can, when used properly, be used internally for our pets. Okay, these are safety tips for you and me and the pets as well. You always want to keep the essential oils out of the sensitive areas because they're so concentrated. You want to dilute them with a vegetable oil and not water. It's kind of like a hot pepper. If you get hot pepper in your eye and you put water on it, it makes it worse. So you want to put either milk or a vegetable oil on the essential oil to dilute it and flush it out. You want to make sure that you follow the label. The bottles have supplement facts on them, and that's what tells you whether or not they are considered okay to use internally. And then you always want to use glass or stainless steel because the essential oils are so concentrated and so powerful that they'll actually leach toxins from plastic. Or if you put them in a styrofoam cup, they will drill a hole through it. So glass and stainless steel is important. All right, so when we're talking about using the essential oils for pets, there are some specific guidelines that are different than if you're using them for people. And it's going to be different depending on if we're talking about a cat, a dog, a guinea pig, a goat. There are different oils that are better depending on the species. And then the dilution rate is also going to be indicated by what type of species you're dealing with. You also want to know what the health conditions are of your animal. So let's say your animal is dealing with cancer, we're going to approach that differently than if we're dealing with allergies. And this is something that they talk about aromatic selection, like, you know, let the animal choose which one they want. I personally don't do that. I know what my animals need. And it's kind of like giving a small child some Tylenol. They're not going to like it. Of course, we're not giving Tylenol, but I give them what they need. But you can put a bottle of lavender and frankincense and let them decide which one they like. And then always have an escape route. And what that means is if you're diluting or if you're diffusing an essential oil, make sure that the doors are open. So if they choose not to breathe that for whatever reason, they can go to a different room. And then again, you know, depending on what's going on with your animal, if they're pregnant, they're nursing, on medications, all of that, you're just going to be mindful of that. The other thing is there's some great education out there. We have some of the vets that are on our veterinary advisory board at doTERRA have a book. It's called Spoil Your Pet. And then there is another book by Dr. Melissa Shelton called The Animal Desk Reference. And that has great information in it too. So there are some really good scientific guides out there that can help with using the essential oils for your pets. If anybody has questions while I'm going through this, please, because I can't see you guys. So please just unmute yourself and okay. So the dilution ratio is, I have a couple different charts, and it's basically 1 to 4, 1 to 4 drops of essential oil per 100 drops of carrier oil. Oh, sorry. Okay. And that's for larger animals. You're going to do 1 to 4%. And then for the smaller animals like cats or puppies, I consider smaller animals, you're going to do 0.5% to 1%. So you can see that when we have a bottle of essential oils that has 100 drops in it or 300 drops in it, it's going to last a really long time because you're just using a small amount and then diluting it really heavily. And I can assure you, even with that small amount, it works. It's amazing. Some people like to use the dog reflexology. I don't do it, but if you are into reflexology, this is a great way to treat your animal. I personally just put it on the whole paw pad. All right, so now we're going to talk about the different essential oils that I like to use for my pets. Okay, lavender is one. It's called the Swiss Army knife of our essential oils, and it is all things calming, emotionally and physically. So it's great to help with any sort of anxious feelings. It's great for any sort of rash or irritation with the skin. It's one of the essential oils that has antihistamine properties. So this one is always used in our allergy blend. And for people, the list of the things that you can use lavender for, I think I have a list of 100 things. So this is a really good one to have in the home. Frankincense, this is our king of oils. This does so many incredible things. It helps with cellular rejuvenation. And this is one that I use a lot in on skin issues, or for my older animals, it has benefits of anti-inflammatory. So it helps with their achy joints or muscles. It's also another one that's fantastic for any sort of skin issues. It's also really good for brain function. So for an animal that's dealing with doggy dementia, this one is really good for that. And then it's also really helpful for emotions. This is one for people that we can just put a couple drops under our tongue, and it really does help with feelings of anxiousness. Okay. So I just wanted to show you on this one the type of dilution that we're using. 1 to 2 drops of the essential oil is all that we need in a teaspoon for cats and for dogs that are under 20 pounds. So that's not cats and dogs that are both under 20 pounds. It's cats, comma, and then dogs under 20 pounds. For dogs over 20 pounds, we have the higher dilution. Okay, lemongrass. This is one of my favorite oils. And I just love the smell of it. I'm really having a hard time with this little guy here. Sorry. So this one is great for using for a massage. It's really helpful for muscle and joint discomforts. This is one of the primary essential oils that we use in our pest control. And it also has properties where it helps with the urinary tract. And of course, it helps promote a healthy immune system. So lemongrass is actually the least expensive oil that we have of all of our oils, and it does just amazing things. I have a friend, Dr. Tina Wong. She is a pediatrician in Pasadena, California. And I was talking to her about lemongrass, and this is what she recommends it for. Cooking, which of course, in the Asian cooking, the lemongrass is fantastic. It also helps lower cholesterol. It helps with blood pressure, blood sugar. It promotes apoptosis of abnormal cells. So it helps the body when it's fighting cancer. It fights stomach H. pylori, which is a stomach issue that a lot of people have and don't know they have. And then it does some other amazing things too. And a bottle of lemongrass is $10. I love it in carpet refresher. I take a bottle or a jar of white stuff. Help me out, Dory.
I'm sorry. I was trying to respond to one of the questions in the chat. What were you trying to say?
Oh, good. Because I'm not even looking at the chat.
No, I got you. That's okay.
the white powdery stuff. I have a baking powder.
Baking soda?
Yeah, one of those. And I have a jar of it and I put lemongrass in it and I let it kind of sit for a little while. And then I sprinkle it on my carpet and vacuum it up. And it is fantastic. Yeah, baking.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. And it's safe for the animals. It smells wonderful and it, freshens things up. All right, cedarwood. This one is another really helpful one with animals because in the flea and tick spray, it kills flea eggs. So for people who have a real problem with fleas in their area, this is one that you really want to have in your spray. It's also very relaxing. So some people do not respond well to lavender. Some people have the opposite reaction, and lavender actually speeds them up. So we have alternatives, and cedarwood is one of them. So if you or your pet doesn't respond to the calming effects of lavender, cedarwood's a good one for that.
Hey, Sherry.
Yep.
If you scroll your mouse to the top of the page to have the bar pop out, does it show you the chat notification?
Oh, there it is.
There's just a couple of questions in there I don't know the answers to.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Sorry, I'm not really good at doing multiple things at one time. 15 mil. Yes. Is it Lucy?
Yes.
Hi, Lucy. Yes, lemongrass internally for urinary tract. It's also good internally for lowering cholesterol. If you're talking about using it for an animal, we would probably start topically with lemongrass and juniper berry, which is another one that's really good for the urinary tract.
So lemongrass, juniper berry topically, like as diluted with fractionated coconut oil?
Right.
Okay, well, thank you.
All right. Digestin. This is one that I think every pet owner needs to have in their home. It's good for people too, but I definitely use this more on the pets than I do myself, just because they just have tummy issues kind of regularly. They have a really great raw diet, and once a week, one of them is going to have a soft stool. And so I just dilute the Digestin, rub it on their tummy, and the next time they go to the bathroom, everything is fine. So this is a really good one to have on hand, because you don't want to have whatever's going on in the digestive system continue. I talk to people and they go, oh my gosh, my dog has had diarrhea for 2 weeks. Wow. So this is one that can be helpful. And the great thing about the essential oils is that they work immediately. You don't have to wait hours. The other thing about Digestin is it's really good for parasites. So if you're talking about worms, this is what we use to get rid of them. And that way you don't have to use the toxic chemicals that you would otherwise be given. On Guard, this is, I talked about earlier, the essential oil that I used for my MRSA, and this is fantastic for immune support. This is what we use in all of our cleaning products. And the thing I love about our cleaning products is on the bottle, it says, in case of ingestion or in case of getting it in your eyes, rinse it out, or drink water to wash it down. So that's how safe the products are. That's how safe the essential oils are. Bettina, I was slow. Frankincense. So I actually, I don't want you to worry about writing down specifics as far as dilution ratios and stuff, because we will go over the specifics of that for your animal, and I have dilution charts. So you don't need to worry about capturing that information. We'll get it specific to your animal, of course. So the On Guard is great. I love these little experiments. We had some kids in like their 5th grade science did the experiments, and this shows the effectiveness of the On Guard Protective Blend in comparison to the hand sanitizers that they have everywhere, that who knows what other ingredients are in that pump bottle. And then the oregano essential oil is also really effective at killing germs. And then the same with Lysol, which, oh my gosh, I used all of this stuff, guys. There is no judgment here. I used all of the medications for the dogs. I used all of the household cleaning products because I didn't know, but now I do. And the natural products are so much safer and they're more effective, which is crazy, but it's true. Balance is another one of the essential oils that can be really beneficial for animals. It helps, it just helps restore the body to homeostasis when it comes to being grounded. It's the grounding blend. So this is a really good one to either mix with lavender and spray it on their paw pads or put it in the diffuser. Copaiba is one of the relatively new essential oils that we have. It is the equivalent of CBD oil. The thing I like about the Copaiba essential oil is that it is cheaper than CBD oil. And of course, the testing that we have for our essential oil, we know what the purity of it is. And so I see CBD oil being sold, you know, people are standing on the corner with their little signs, flipping them in the air. You just have no idea what the purity of the product is. And so this one's really good taken internally. This one's good for cats, for dogs. It helps with feelings of anxiousness. It helps with discomforts like pain. And I put it in, I actually put it on my dog's treats every day. Just to help with any sort of discomforts. Anxiety. So I'll just tell you as a side note, when my Barney passed away, I was a wreck. And so for the first week, I carried this bottle of Copaiba around with me and literally drank it. Like every couple hours, I would put a couple drops under my tongue, and it really helped calm me down. So this is one of my favorite oils. This is the dilution chart I was telling you about, Bettina. And so this gives you the percentage, and then so we walk through this. You're not going to get essential oils and then walk away and go, oh great, what do I do with them? We're very hands-on. We talked about how affordable they are. So this is actually the same with people as it is with pets. And I don't know that $30 is enough. I think it's more. That's if you have really good insurance. If my dogs have anything going on with their ears, I've got it taken care of. They do not need to go to the vet because number one, I know they're going to give them antibiotics, and we don't do that because it just messes up their gut health. So I have virtually everything I need at home in my medicine cabinet and the recipes. And so the only time we really need to go to the vet is for their annual blood work to make sure that everything's okay. This is one of the sets of oils that I recommend for flea and tick. It depends on where you live. It depends on what's going on in your area. You know, what type of activity your animal engages in. So there's no one size fits all. I really like to make it specific to what part of the country you live in, what part of the world, and then what your animals do. Mine don't go out. They don't stay out a lot. So pretty much we just do for ticks and mosquitoes here in Florida. And then, of course, if you have cats, peppermint is one that we don't use around cats. So that's good to know. All right, there's 3 ways to purchase. You can purchase your oils retail, which we don't recommend because none of us like to pay retail, or wholesale, which is what we recommend. It's 25% off. The wholesale account is like a Costco account. You know, you buy your wholesale membership, and then you can buy as much or as little as you want for the year. I don't know if anybody saw the video that I did. One of my customers and people that I network with has offered to pay the $35 wholesale membership for 2 new people tonight. So I'm really excited to offer that because he just wanted to do that, and it's really a great way for new customers to be able to get that account and then start purchasing oils for themselves or their pets. And then the last thing here is we have a loyalty rewards program where you can earn points for free product, and that is fantastic. All right, and then what you can expect from me. This is my life. I love all of my customers, and I especially love all of my customers' pets. So we do a personal consultation. We have access to the most amazing education groups, not just for pets, which is what I do, but for people and different interests for people, whether it's children or cooking or female issues. We just really have a great group and a lot of education. I always like to put together a starter kit to give people an idea, because sometimes you go, well, great, but I have no idea, you know, what should I start with? So this is the kit that I came up with that would be great for a flea spray. It would be good for allergies, aches and pains, calming for anxiousness, and then tummy support. And doTERRA has a special this month where if you spend $150, you get $50 worth of free oils on your next order. And I'm giving away the free Mr. bottle. And then my friend Scott is paying the $35 wholesale fee. So it would be this price less the $35 fee. So that is an incredible, incredible deal. This is Scott's group. It's called Joey's Legacy, and they are working on addressing vet malpractice. They have veterinarians and lawyers from around the country who are coming together to try and address the issue of bad vets. And unfortunately, there are some bad veterinarians out there, and the way things are set up right now is there's virtually no ramifications for them, and the vet boards just kind of pat them, you know, on the hand. They smack them on the hand and then send them back to work. So he, in honor of his little dachshund Joey, is doing really amazing work. And so I would love for you guys to check out his group. They are publishing a book. I got to write a couple articles for the book. And so I'm just really grateful for his support of my essential oil business. And then last, if you would like to have a little keychain filled with these little bottles of essential oils, let me know. I would love to do a class for your family and friends. And if you think that this is something that you want to do, if you love sharing things that excite you, things that you know other people need, let me know. We've got some great programs where you can just check out some videos or attend an online class and find out if this is something that you might want to pursue. All right, so research. You know, we all do look into what information is out there. And sometimes we have to dig. But there's a lot of experience. There's a lot of groups that have evidence-based research, and those groups, I've listed a bunch of them in the Essentially Oiled Pets group. So take a look at those. They have great information. I recommend, if you can, find a holistic practitioner that will work with you on the things that we talked about. You know your animal better than anyone else. So if your intuition is telling you something, pay attention to that. And then whoever invited you to the class tonight, make sure that you contact them to have them help you get started. If you want to get started and you want to take advantage of the offer that Scott has put out there, let us know so that we can get you hooked up. And with that, I'm going to stop sharing. And hi, Nancy. All right. And then if anybody has any questions or comments, go ahead and jump off of mute. And